Hello and welcome to Terrain by Aaron. So this week I've always wanted to see what's inside one of these eggs. Let's see if I can ever get into it. There we go. These eggs I've seen in the shops. They're usually about 8, 9, 10 euros. This one was 2 euros. Going cheap. Let's see what's inside. So, just dumped a couple of stickers. This is a toy, this is another toy, and this is a bag of sand. Well worth 8 euros if you don't get them cheap. What? There's not even no sweets inside it. Alas, I didn't buy it for the sweets, but it would have been nice just to have some sweets just to justify the price. Anyway, mums and dads, if you're watching this, don't buy these. Absolute con. So, reason why I bought this was simple. Wanted to make some sort of like 50s, early 60s sort of spaceship, you know, everything was round, yeah, and not sort of square until Star Trek and Star Wars came along. So I want to try and make something like that, but sort of change it a little bit. So I'm just going through different shapes right now and decide that I'll do this bit, but then I want to cut this bit out, and I realise now I should have cut this bit out before I glued that bit together. And without a Dremel, it took about half an hour.
Your Dremel is in the shed, dude.
What? Why didn't you tell me sooner, George? I mean, you know, half an hour. My hands nearly bled.
I was watching you trying to understand how the human race got to be where it is today.
Wow. Someone's sassy. Let's get back to the build. So what I've basically done is made a hole, and I'm going to cover that hole now with some 1mm styrene, just to cover all the unsightly gap that I made without a Dremel.
I heard that.
Yep, you were supposed to as well. Now the base is done, I'm going to use some more of the offcut of the styrene, and I'm going to build a wing, a big wing, just for the middle of the egg spaceship, egg in space, whatever you want to call it. So I'm just going to stick this straight onto the egg, and then I'm going to hit it with a load of greeblies. So I took a deep dive into my greebly boxes and found a load of bits and pieces and started cutting them up and sticking them onto the egg. Simple.
May I try to redeem myself by saying thank you for all the love and support you've shown the channel lately, and if you haven't yet, then how about liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Thanks all you sexy peeps out there.
Okay, I'll give you that. You've redeemed yourself.
Great. I'm off to make some sweet music now.
George, that was a little bit too much information. And so we'll swiftly move back to the build. So I've just stuck some wings on, and that's what I keep doing now. Just going to keep adding bits and pieces. These are wheels from a tank, I believe. Just going to use them as the thrusters for the back of the egg spaceship. Interesting fact, this video, the rough cut was about 45 minutes long, and I just trimmed it down, so that's why you're not going to see every single piece of greebly that I'm going to stick onto this egg spaceship. So you just see little bits and pieces of me adding greeblies. Now this next bit is printer filament. I don't have a printer. This was given to me by another sort of like scratch builder. He's over on Instagram. Deadliest Props, if you want to check out his page. And I just thought, I'm going to try see if I can stick this on, just to see if it would work for a future project. And yes, it did. It stuck on lovely and didn't fall off. As you can see, the spaceship now has lots of greeblies on it, and also little squares of thin styrene that are just dotted around just to make it look like paneling. And then once all that was done, I added some more, and some more, and some more still, until finally I was done. I couldn't fit anything else on, didn't want to overdo it. I think I've overdone it now, but that's it, ready for the primer. And while I was priming the spaceship, I thought maybe I should use or reuse one of my old dioramas, and in fact I used two of my old dioramas. So this one was for I think it was some sort of robot walker that I just reused, just added some more XPS foam onto the top of it, and then just hit it with more greeblies, and just keep hitting it with more greeblies until it kind of looks sort of industrial. Then just painted it Mod Podge black, acrylic, and then just give it a dry brush of some sort of like copper, just to make the greeblies stand out a little bit. Then what I didn't show, because I forgot to record it, was me weathering the entire thing with just the weathering powders. And then this base I've already used, and I think it's been on one of the earlier videos, and just stuck that to that. Now it's back to the spaceship, and I just wanted a simple colour, so I'm just going to use pumpkin. I'm just going to do the front bit and the back bit, and then I'm just going to weather everything with the weathering powder, and then it'll be on to the glamour shots. So once again, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, all your support and help getting me ever closer to the 1,000 subscribers. Really do appreciate it. So if you've got a friend that wants to or likes this sort of stuff, tell him about me, and hopefully he'll subscribe. So on to the glamour shots, and until next time, keep scratching that build, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen,
What did we learn this week, George?
I have no idea. I've been making sweet, sweet music. I either blow or suck, and that reminds me, why do they call it?
Whoa, let's just stop right there, George, and cut to whatever, but we don't go there before we get kicked off YouTube. Say goodnight, George.
Stay classy, Scratch Builder.